Welcome to Preecaaap UFC 315. Bilal Muhammad taking on Della Maddalena. It's a pretty good card. You think so? Real Fight Picks? I can't hear you. You got to fix your mic already. Starting the show off like that already.
Hey.
Now I can hear you.
For a pay-per-view, I mean, it should be decent, right? I
Well,
mean, it's not the
Canadian.
greatest.
I mean, it's got 2 title fights. Can't complain about that, right?
No, that's true. That's true. Who do we got here? We got Bilal Muhammad and Jack Della, and then Chevchenko and Fior. That's a title fight?
Yeah, Shevchenko's champ.
I didn't realize she held. Yeah, she must hold it then. Okay.
Oh, come on, casual.
I mean, she just doesn't feel like a dominant champion.
It's because, all right, we'll get into that when we get to it. So, anyway, I didn't get to watch the weigh-ins or face-offs or none of that because I had a very late dinner with some old friends of mine. But so we're gonna be watching this together as of right now. Starting with the first fight, we have Brad Katona taking on Bekzat Almakan.
Beautiful.
And let me pull up the tapology on these boys. Brad Katona, you guys know his deal. He's the Canadian fighter, 14-4. He's like a real smart point fighter IQ. He's got a good fight IQ in there, but 33 years old. Superman. Let's see his losses. He lost to unanimous decision to Garrett Armfield. He lost to John Matsumoto, but that wasn't. John Matsumoto's pretty good. He beat Jesse Butler, Cody Gibson, and Gamzat Magomedov in what was this? That was in Brave. But he's taking on this Kazakhstani guy who is the favorite, minus 155, the Turin Warrior, Bekzat. Oh, I didn't. 8 title defenses, not a dominant champion. Jesus, Crystal, he's already starting. Just started.
I mean, it seems like she's declining. That's all, just a little bit.
Anyway,
I mean, I know she's had some finishes and
taking it apart. That's fine. Anyway.
Exactly.
So,
jeez.
Bekzat Almakayev. He's only got 1 fight in the UFC. It happened to be a loss to Umar Magomedov. Let's check out this guy. Oh man, with these ads. Let's check out this guy's back. By the way, Dave tonight is going. He went to watch some local professional wrestling. Unbelievable, but true story. Instead of doing the breaking down the card for his own country of Canada, he's going to go watch some Revelstoke local professional wrestling stuff. It's like going to watch a Colonial Little Theater play. It's going to watch a play like watching a high school play. So it's just anyway, whatever. So this guy, Turin Warrior, Bekzat Almakan, 11-2. Let's see, he's coming off that loss to Umar, was unanimous decision. Before that, let's see if he's fighting real dudes or cans. And looks like they're real dudes. Coming out of Octagon, the one without the K. I like Octagon with the K. That seems like a better scene. But anyway, 15-5, 12-4-1, 14-1. See, these guys are pretty good records. I don't know. I'm not familiar with any of the names, but they seem to be okay. So you'd have to say this guy is should be the rightful favorite, because let's look at his Instagram. How about that? Share this tab instead. Because he has that experience over there in Octagon. Oh boy. No, we got some highlights, please. Can we see some highlights? Here we go. Oh, that was a nice head kick followed by some ground and pound punches. That's can he do that to Brad Katona though? It's hard to say. Base Dave, I know, living his best life, watching actual fake sports. Bam, nailed it. So anyway, yeah, real fight picks to make. I've already spent way too much. I'm gonna check out Brad Katona, but right now I'm leaning with the Kazakhstani fighter here, Bekzat Almakan. Brad Katona, like I said, I like that he's got some pretty good fight IQ and he knows how to point fight for decision wins, but I don't know. I'm not feeling it. What do you think about this fight?
This is gonna be a typical close Brad Katona fight. I'm feeling. Would I be surprised if he gets knocked out? Not really. I did watch the face-offs and the weigh-ins. Not all of the weigh-ins, but I did watch every single face-off. And as far as being in shape, I really like the way Bekzat looked compared to Brad Katona. Brad Katona didn't look like he was out of shape, but he just kind of had that like gut, that protruding gut. And Bekzat looked a lot slimmer. Like if it goes into the later rounds, he could be hanging in there. Or I'm sorry, this is a 3-round fight.
Oh, there's mom jeans.
Well,
sorry to interrupt.
He'll be ready. He'll be there for all 3 rounds. I did a little research, and I guess this Bekzat guy has been doing wrestling and judo since he was 10, and so he's been a lifelong mixed martial artist. He has had a decent amount of experience, but he hasn't really beat anybody. And the one time he faced somebody, which unfortunately it was Uman Nurmagomedov. At least he lasted the whole fight and it went to a decision. That was good on him. He probably was never going to win that fight. He loses that fight 10 times out of 10. But it's going to be a good test. Brad Katona is essentially the gatekeeper for the bantamweight division, but it's really difficult for me to back. See what I'm saying? He has a little gut right there, and then compared to Bekzat, he looks a little slimmer.
Solid, but he
looks like a good bantamweight. He looks like he's going to be there all 3 rounds. And he is the younger guy.
That staph infection right there. I'm just playing. I'm just joking. Anyway,
here we go.
Yeah. So who are you going with, Bekzat?
I really am. Yeah, I think the odds are perfect. I think he's a little bit better everywhere. However, would it surprise me if he just comes out and he's just not UFC material and he's kind of overwhelmed by an actual veteran who's been in there with the best himself?
Yeah, this is not. Crystal said he's not even exaggerating. He landed 3 strikes against Umar.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying.
That's not
honestly.
Good.
I'm still picking him. I'm still picking Bekzat. I'm still gonna pick him, but I'm not gonna do anything in the way of anything betting with him. I don't think it's worth it to put $15 to win $10 on Bekzat because he's so unproven. What's the value.
What's his odds?
It's minus 160, I believe, somewhere around there.
Okay.
And I never really bought into John Kavanagh being like an amazing coach. I think Brad Katona is so naturally.
SPG Ireland is not. It's one of my lesser favorite gyms.
Exactly.
Or however you want to say it.
Yeah, Brad Katona, he's actually really talented. I feel like if he was
shit right here, he's got going on.
Yeah, he's been in 5-round fights. Ooh. That fight against that
that was a beautiful elbow. He throwing those elbows are nice. Is this a Ultimate Fighter? What was this from? Who's that? It's Matsumoto. It's Gene Matsumoto. It's the last fight.
Yeah. I mean, just keep in mind he is 33 years old. At some point he might show a little bit of weathering, which is why I think he's, obviously the underdog. But all I'm gonna say is I will probably start the card with a parlay with Brad Katona on it because it lets me know right away
That's
if I'm,
against
if I'm going to be needing to pull out
that was against
another
John
bet or more money or whatever.
Oh, here he is, Beckset. Look at how stiff Beckset looks. He looks just like so stiff. Hope he doesn't fight like that. Anyway, let's see. Got taken down at will, and Katona can wrestle. He sure can. Brad Katona can wrestle. He's 0-1. No idea what proved to be fave. He was getting taken down. You know what it is? It's because he's Kazakhstani, and that's what they think, that the Kazakhstanis are such better fighters than the Canadians. And just from the highlights, Krista, I think you're right, because out of those highlights, I'm like, who is this? He's landed a good. I didn't recognize John Matsumoto. He's landed those awesome elbows too. I might flip my pick now after watching a little bit of Brad Katona highlight stuff.
I'm definitely gonna have him in a parlay
underdog because they know casuals will parlay Borak. Beckzat does look like he looks like artificial, doesn't he? Right there, look at that face. It's just weird. He's a weirdo. Anyway, all right, I'm with you. I think I'm changing my pick to Brad Katona. Beckzat hasn't really. He has fought a good caliber of opponent over in that the octagon, but Brad Katona, I think he did have a very good fight against John Matsumoto, who I hold in high regard. So yeah, I'm going Brad Katona. And you're
I'm on Beckzat just because the age. Like I really feel like he's gonna edge out and he's gonna win a close decision. But I'm gonna put Brad Katona in a 2-team parlay. He's gonna be one of my picks. I'm not doing nothing money wise with the old boy Beckzat. I'm not doing nothing. I don't trust him enough. I don't feel like he's proven enough. It's not worth it to me to use him in any way, shape, or form. But I'm gonna pick him for Tapology purposes.
Not. Right. Moving on. Next we have Daniel Santos taking on Zhang Young Lee. Daniel Santos comes in as the, let me see, favorite. Look at these nicotine pouches. What is going on with the ads nowadays?
Yeah, I know. A lot of cappers, they're moving away from using Tapology, and everyone's using
saw Cody and the Dogger Pass podcast now shifted hands. They have new people, and Cody and Paul Shaughnessy started they started the thing called Bookie Beatdown. Right. Bookie Beatdown, where they do pretty much the same shit, but they stopped using Tapology because of the pop-up ads. They're using something else. Whatever. What was it?
It was FightOdds.io. They're using look. I saw my first episode of that.
Great browser, no ads, cappers are casuals. Yeah.
And then Johnny K picks, little idiot. Sorry.
Well, whatever. Anyway. Huh? I was thinking about the Real Fight Pick brothers today. So because I ran across an old t-shirt. I have a t-shirt of them. Fight night picks. Remember them? The Allens. All right, Wiley Cat, Daniel Wiley Cat. Is it Willie Cat or Wiley Cat Santos? I don't know. Taking on Zhang Young Lee, the Korean Tiger. Okay, Santos is coming off 2 wins. He's got a knockout over John Castaneda through a knee. That was very good showing there. And most recently, he has a decision over Johnny Munoz. The Korean Tiger, Zhang Young Lee, is coming off a loss to Hyder Emil, who is definitely on steroids. Before that, though, he did beat Dave's boy Blake Builder, and then he was Yiza. Who the Yiza? I don't even remember that guy. Prior to, though, he is a road to UFC veteran, so we don't like that. We don't like seeing road to UFC, especially Real Fight Picks. He can't stand Asians from road to UFC. Told me straight up. Can't stand them. Hate them. So anyway, I who's the favorite here? Slight favorite for the Korean Tiger. Let's see what they look like in face-offs before I make my pick. Share this tab instead. And here we come. I think okay. Now the Korean Tiger here should be the bigger guy because Daniel Santos coming short notice. By the way, I'll let you know that he's coming relatively short notice. He had no camp, and he's coming up a weight class. I think. What is this? 145. What the hell? Yeah, and you can see he's physically just smaller. Wiley Cat, Willie Cat, whatever. Daniel Santos. Oh, he's pumped though. Makes up for his size lack. Look at. Oh, let me pause that right there. Look at the size difference amongst these guys. And look at what are they called? Lattice. I forget what they're called. Crystal knows. These muscles right here. Boom. What is that? I don't know. It's abnormal. Anyway, he robs Yizza. He robbed Yizza. Santos is small. Lee is blacker as well. He is a little bit darker and so much bigger. I got to go with the bigger guy here. And there's nothing telling me that the Korean is not going to last the 3 rounds. Like his cardio is not going to fall off despite being the bigger guy. That's usually you think the bigger guy's cardio falls off a lot faster. I don't think so because Santos coming in short notice. I think he's unprepared. And yeah, I'm confident with Lee. What are you thinking on this fight? Real fight picks.
This fight's really difficult actually for me because
Terrace Major.
Santos, he had to use the box of shame. He weighed in at 147 pounds. So he missed. He was off by a pound. He went back, came in last minute, re-weighed in, and he ended up cutting that extra pound. So he weighed in, but he had to go and fight and struggle. And if you look at his typology record in bantamweight, he has like 3 canceled fights, and they were all due to him pulling out because he has medical issues because he couldn't make the weight several times before in his career. I mean, several times. So
really?
The thing is when he does,
I heard the Cody Sapp saying that.
But you know, how much stock can you put into that? Because look at people like Habib Nurmagomedov, so many canceled fights, but yet when he was able to make it into the octagon, he was very special. So looking at this guy, Santos, you know, he is a smaller guy, but he fights just like a shoot-to-box fighter. I mean, it's like they put these guys in a factory and they all come out with the same style. I mean, he does really remind me of like Charles Oliveira or Elves Brenner or any one of those guys like that. Just
he can hit a bag
have that.
Good.
No, they have that, you know, kind of that reckless abandon, and they can carry that. And Jiang Young, just as you know, he's coming off of what was that, an early stoppage a little bit with Hyder Emil. I felt like it. Did he smoke him? I felt like that was an early stoppage.
What was it? The Hyder Emil fight with
was that
Jiang Young Lee?
Yeah, I don't like that look. You know what I mean? And honestly,
TKO
I know Santos is I know he's a smaller guy, but out of these 2 guys, one of them's never been finished. And I believe the size could be an issue for Santos, but I don't think Lee could finish him.
That's round 1. A minute into round 1, Hyder Emil knocked out the Korean Tiger.
And Blake Builder doesn't count. That doesn't
Blake
count.
Builder. That's Dave's boyfriend.
Yeah. That guy doesn't count.
What's this guy's name? Jiang.
You know, the size actually really helped him too in the Blake Builder fight, and it looks like he knows how to use his length, but I swear I feel like he's just gonna get
There he
caught
is.
one time. I gotta. This is kind of tough, man. He is so much bigger, dude. But for some reason, even though with the weight cut debacle, I'm just gonna coming up a weight class is kind of crazy. I don't know about this.
Look at that's Eddie Cha, Fight Ready, right there. That is it. Yeah, Eddie Cha from Fight Ready. So you know, Korean Tiger's been over in Vegas, or where's Fight Ready? Is that or is it?
Yeah, but this is only 2 days ago.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter. I'm Eddie Cha. That means he probably did the whole camp there. This isn't. He's not short notice. Santos is short notice.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. He had the whole camp with Eddie Cha and Fight Ready.
Look, I'm gonna pick
But
Lee.
look at the people, the opponent. This was supposed to be the first Gavin Tucker. Then nope, this guy instead. See what this translation right here says? Doesn't matter who it is. Didn't get the killer as planned, but let's focus on the opponent outside. Not long now. Oh yeah, I'm going with Lee on this. Fight Ready, good camp. Santos coming short notice, unprepared. Look at this hand drawn. He drew this tiger with black, with the shaded chalk. What's that? The charcoal pencil tiger. This is Jung. That's what the translation says. I can read that shit. Anyway, yeah, Jung Lung Lee is my pick, and you're going with who?
You know what? On my topology, I picked Santos, but I'm gonna switch over to Lee. I'm not gonna touch this fight though, at all.
Do it for Terrace Majors. Look at that thing. Look at that thing sticking out there. This guy's scared of it. This guy right here, he's looking right at it. It's like, holy shit! Look at that Terrace Major. Anyway. Okay, so yeah, what'd you say?
I'm gonna go with Lee. I'm literally changing my topology pick. I had Santos
that a boy.
But I'm gonna go Lee, and we'll say
he's gonna finish him. No, say decision because Lee's probably got pillow hands.
Okay, decision.
He's a knock people out, right? No. All right. Moving on. Moving up the card. Next we have Power Bar. The Canadian team here is Marc-Andre Barrio, and he's taking on the Brazilian and Bruno washed up Blindado Silva. I mean, I didn't mean to say washed up, but I did. Bruno Silva, look at this. 4-fight losing streak for Bruno Silva. He beat Brad Tavares, and then Brendan Allen, submission. Sharon Mega made up, decision. Chris Weidman, decision. And Ishmael Nardiev, decision, excuse me. And I heard, now this is hearsay, I don't know. I heard that Cody Saftik from Bookie Beatdown said that Bruno Silva admittedly has now, cage anxiety. Like he gets in there and he forgets his this. Watch a Bookie Beatdown. He explains it. And Bruno Silva, I guess, in an interview or something, said he's got anxiety now ever since it was a fight, and he's won since that fight too. He said it. Let me see who Bruno Silva fought, and I'll tell you which one. Since the fight, I want to say did he fight Alex Pereira? Yeah, since then. Since this fight right here in 2022, he's got cage anxiety. Admittedly, he admitted that. That's why he lost Gerald Mearshart. He beat Brad Tavares, but he kind of, fight of the night, got that round one, caught him. And then after that, just bam, bam, bam. So in this case, I would have to go. I'm going with the home team. Power Bar, Marc-Andre Barrio. Aside from even without the cage anxiety, if I never even heard that, I'm still going Marc-Andre Barrio. I think they want him in Canada in front of his home crowd. They want a French-speaking Canadian to. That's what Bruno Silva. He's a what do they call a jobber? They're putting him in so it's an easy win. Bruno Silva's not double-digit losses, 23-12 on a huge losing streak. Yeah, I'll take Marc-Andre Barrio, and I'm pretty confident in it. I don't know what the odds are. What's Tapology say the odds are? Oh, boy. A slight favorite, minus 150. I'm on that all day. Circle that bad boy. What do you think about this one? Real Fight Picks.
I'm sorry, guys. I just got bombarded. But I'm sorry, my brother. I'm so sorry, man. Ranj says Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you, Ranj.
But I'm on Bruno Silva, and let me just explain why. I cannot and will not. I don't care. Dude, he's a great guy. So, Marc-Andre Barrio is obviously on the sauce, okay? I could just tell by looking at him.
Ooh,
and that's not a good thing. Power Bar is on the sauce right now. He's feeling himself. But, I feel like gets a point no matter what you do. This is Sam Alvey right here. This is the Canadian Sam Alvey and Marc-Andre Barrio. And at least Bruno Silva is going out there and not getting finished.
Mm-hmm.
He's going out there and he's not getting finished. And I know, and I don't believe these debacles, dude.
Going to paint cack.
I'm not believing. I don't think that Santos is a wounded animal.
Look at him right here. Look at him.
Just because he cut weight.
I love you guys.
I know he's doing some weird stuff. Like that's a broken heart. He said, "I got a broken heart, bro."
Yeah, broken heart because he's lost all will to win. He just wants to go in there, collect a paycheck, and get beat up. That's what I'm trying to say. I said it.
He scares me. They both scare me. Huh? But I gotta go with Bruno Silva, and I figured out I'm gonna use Marc Barrio I know this sounds hypocritical, but I'm gonna use Barrio in some kind of parlay, just because I want to. I mean, I just feel like I'm going to, and I don't know about Silva. I'm picking Silva though, which is kind of weird because he's plus money.
Marc-Andre Barrio, you can look like him if you stop snacking. It's a mindset thing. Look at him. Cut right up. How old is he? What's Tapology? What is he? Upper mid-30s? Looking great.
He's older, right? He looks like shit.
How old is he?
For a guy on steroids.
So what is the tail of the tape here, the age for these guys here? Let's see. We got 35 for both of them. 35. Bruno Silva's a little bit like half a year older.
He missed weight too. Bruno Silva missed weight.
Did he? How much?
I don't believe all that shit. The bookies want to tell you, he's washed.
I would look cow. He is washed. You want a t-shirt bet it? The odds are pretty tight, pretty close. 150 plus 125 sounds like a perfect t-shirt bet.
Okay, you're on, Ranj.
All right, write this bad boy down. T-shirt bet.
If by some miracle you win, it's going to be in the mail the next day. None of this holding on to it and
t-shirt
stalling.
Okay, so great, fantastic. All right, you want to move on to the next fight?
It's a retirement fight right here, I think. The loser retires.
Bruno Silva, it should be. Jesus, his old 35-year-old ass and 4-fight losing streak. Get the fuck out of here. All right.
Okay, hold on. Been knocked out 2 times in less than a year. Is Marc-Andre. That's why I couldn't do it.
Well, yeah, Marc-Andre is chinny. That's one thing. I know he is chinny. And he totally can get caught by Bruno Silva. But I'm telling you, Bruno Silva has got the cage anxiety. As soon as that door shuts, he's scared now. Ever since Alex Pereira took care of it. I mean, he's the one that put that anxiety in there. All right, let's move up the card. All right.
Let's do it.
Moving on. Next, we have Navajo Sterling, undefeated 6-0 fighter, taking on Ivan Urslan. Ivan, or is it Ivan? It's Ivan Urslan. Look at this win-loss shit. Jan Kutalaba, split decision loss. Before that, he was in KSW, beat Bogdan Ganito, a 10-1 guy. Okay. Let's open this guy. Let's check this boy out because I don't really know much about Ivan Erslan. 14-4. Where's he from? Croatia. Okay. American top team, Zagreb. Is that how you say it?
Yep.
Okay. Let's see. Jan Kutalaba. Okay, we'll give him that loss. This guy, 16-5-2, punches round one. Don't like that. 17-10. This guy beat him 16-5. This was back in 2022. Unanimous decision. Fight of the night, though. But a unanimous decision. It means he didn't get one judge to turn his way. Yeah, this guy's mid at best. Just from looking at the caliber of fighter he's lost to and beat. I mean, I'm saying this prematurely, but I think Navajo Sterling is probably a heavy favorite too, right? Yeah.
3-1.
But I will say 3-1, 300, minus 300 or something. Mm-hmm. I will say, you know what? His last fight against Tuco Tokos, it went to decision, and he was supposed to knock out Tuco Tokos like round one because he was like he was a huge favorite against Tuco Tokos. I forget how you check that out. I'm not Dave, but yeah. This Tuco Tokos thing has me suspect on Navajo Sterling. This might be a fraud check for him. That guy wasn't a real good test for his debut, but so be it. He is still undefeated. I'm leaning him, but I'm definitely not confident because I don't really know enough about his opponent here. What are you thinking?
Man, what is this? A striker versus MMA fighter? Like, this is kind of difficult. You know what I mean? Like,
shitty
people are really
welcome to Shitty Kickboxing.
Yeah, I mean, people are really high up on Navajo Sterling, but I mean, just bear in mind, Navajo Sterling's first MMA fight was in 2022. I mean, we're talking about 4 years ago. I haven't looked at the dates for Erslan, but I'm thinking he started his MMA mixed martial arts career. I mean, the actual sport of mixed martial arts, probably years.
Specimen, look at that. Did you see
but
him?
Still, not as extreme. Okay, for those of you guys who don't know, like, we make our little parlay here, but that's not where the game ends for me. On the fight day, something happens, and I just become one with the fight card, and I'm able to kind of like just have my little sixth sense, and I put out these little parlays, and I've just been really lucky this, past several weeks, and I don't get, I don't put them out on, on here, or I don't talk about them, but last week, Bo Nickel versus, what's his name? Rainer de Ritter. I seen the picture of Rainer de Ritter with 2 belts on his arm that he got from one championship. He was a double champ. And I saw this as just a double champ going against this wrestler from college. And I thought, dang, that's a good enough reason for me to go ahead and put some money on de Ritter. You got a double champ in MMA. And I'm just making my point that Erslan is an MMA fighter for years longer than Sterling. Not to say that Sterling can't do what the narrative says he's supposed to, which go out and knock this dude out in round one. Obviously, Erslan's been knocked out in round one, and he's probably lost to some mid guys. But how good is Navajo Sterling really? And I'm not like one of these guys that feels like I got to be pressured to agree with all the cappers that are all Sterling's going to be knocked out. I'm just kind of like, I'm seeing some possibility to use.
Let's see how they
Erslan,
size up. You said you already saw
just
these?
for one. Erslan went and lasted against Ian Kutalaba, a UFC veteran. He has on his record, and Sterling barely beat Tukos.
I know. Okay? That's what I was saying. That's a red flag to me.
What happens if this fight gets out of round one?
Oh man, I don't look at these. Adonis.
I know.
You're right. Crystal's right. He don't snack. He doesn't snack.
Yeah.
He snacks on carrots and celery.
Yeah.
Cucumbers.
Like a little horse.
But let's see this size up. Okay, so sizing them up. they're pretty. Maybe the like height and reach seems about formidable. Same. He's got the Ivan Urslan's got the looks like the bigger skull, bigger noggin. Like look at the head on Navajo Sterling. Then look at the
Yeah,
head
but
on.
Anthony Smith has the biggest head. You know
I
what I mean?
know.
And he's garbage now.
Look at this guy's intense look on this guy. He's looking at the hot dog roll in the back of his neck. Look at that thing. I don't know what he's looking at. Looking at that mark right on his shoulder. Anyway, yeah, these guys size up pretty well, but I still have to go with the undefeated fighter because that Urslan, looking at his record though, he's lost to some chumps, you know. So I'm gonna go. What's the odds again for this?
Plus 300, minus 300.
Is that what Tapology says?
Roughly. I'm sure it's minus 325,
yeah,
minus 330.
Minus 330. And look at the peppered red in here. That's what, that's a big red flag.
Yeah.
Getting beat by people. I can't even say that guy's last name. Right here. This Chuzagayev. Come on. All right.
Close.
So, who you take? You're going to take Urslan? You're going to be brave?
Bro. I'm going to do it, man. I picked him in
All
Tapology.
Right.
No. You know what? I think I have Sterling, but I'm going to switch that one to Urslan. I'm gonna put Urslan in a parlay. Fuck, bro. I might look like an idiot, but I'm gonna pick him by decision.
You can get some dogs in this. So speaking of Urslan, let's move on and talk about one of the last guy that beat him, Jan Kutalaba, the Hulk. He's taking on Modestas Bukauskas. I didn't mean to say Bukaki. I did though. Okay, Modestas Bukauskas, the Baltic gladiator. He's 4-1 in his last 5. Let's see. Tyson Pedro beat him up. Zach Puaga. His loss was to Vitor Petrino. That's when he was on that surge. He was undefeated there. Remember, until he got stopped. And then since then, though, he bounced back, got a win over Marcin Prachniau. Most recently, Rafael Sequeira. And that was 2 months ago. Pretty good for Modestas. Jan Kutalaba, this dude. Oh, man. Didn't he have like 5 fights with Magomed Ankalaev? Anyway, I'm exaggerating. Let's see his last 5. He's 3-2. Kennedy Nzechukwu TKO'd him. Bounced back with a win over Tanner Bozo. Lost to Philippe Lins. That's not a good one. And beat your boy, Ivan Urslan, that we just talked about. And most recently, Ibo Aslan. That guy looks like he's on steroids too, Ibo Aslan. But anyway, the Hulk will definitely have the wrestling advantage over the Lithuanian Baltic gladiator. And look at Bukauskas has the casual pick. The Tapology casuals are all picking Bukauskas. But I'm going Jan Kutalaba. I think he has more avenues to victory with his smother style wrestling. He's like a Sambo combat master or some champion, Sambo champion, I think. So I'm pretty certain he will have the advantage on the ground, and he will take Modestas down. He'll smother him, blanket coverage, win by control time, and I think he's learned to reserve his tank. He used to just blow his wad, just throwing stupid punches, and that might be another route to victory. He might catch Modestas Bukauskas in the first round with a flurry combination because he does that shit. But lately, as he's getting older and wiser, I've noticed he's been kind of reserving his tank and playing a little bit smarter. But I think he's going to win here over Bukauskas. What do you think?
Bro, these fights are something else, bro. Like, you got Bruno Silva versus, Mark Barrio. I mean, that's just violence waiting to happen. And same thing with this fight right here, dude. You got Bukaki. He's been knocked out 4 times. and you got Kutalaba, who's been knocked out 3 times, and they're both Kutalaba, especially, is kind of just like sometimes just an animal in there, and kind of if I had to say which one's going to gas themselves out, I would say Kutalaba. Modestus has been like two different people in the octagon. He looked pretty amazing against Marcin Pracknell. I know he was losing like the first 2 rounds, but the fact that I think he finished that fight, I believe it was like um, a sub, which nobody had on their radar. A sub. He's not going to do that against Kutalaba, but could he knock him out? Yes. I don't know. I kind of wish Dave was here. I don't think I'm going to pay attention to the finishes because they've both been finished a handful of times. But I would take Modestus enough takedown defense. I'm going to look it
He
up
is
here
the
shortly.
longer guy,
You don't
right?
have to wait for me, but if Modestus has any kind of takedown defense at all, I have to pick him because he's been shown to have elite striking, decent striking, right? He stood there with Pratt now, and he's finished some guys. He's 4 out of his last 5.
What's this
So
on his shoulder? What is that dot right
what is
there?
that? It's
Is that
It's a perfect circle. Is that
is that
ringworm,
staph? Is that staph infection? No, ringworm's bigger, wider.
bro?
Just
They all
saying.
have that. You're noticing a bunch of marks.
I know. I'm being Dave. Dave, every mark he says, staph infection. And remember, he was right with that one time on Benoit Saint Denis, who we'll talk about later. I mean, on this card. Anyway, yeah, I'm with
Okay,
Jan
look, hold on. Can I say
Kutalaba.
something?
Yeah, absolutely. Octagon worm.
Um, I'm gonna go with Bukakis, and honestly, I wish we could switch our T-shirt bet for this one.
Oh, you wanna?
I really, I
Okay, we
want
can
to.
do
Yeah,
that. We can.
that'd be cool.
I'm confident with Jan Kutalaba as well.
Yeah, because Bukakis
And
has 71%, which is good enough for me. That's good
mhm,
enough for me. He has 71% takedown defense. Bukakis. That'll be good enough. I think his striking is better. And you know what's crazy, bro? Is I kind of think he's a pretty big dude. I don't know what's on his shoulder though, but he's a pretty big dude, and I feel like he could take down Kutalaba. I
I
think we're assuming a lot
maybe
right
I don't
now.
see it happening, but hey, it's a fight, so it could go either way. All right, moving on. Next, we have a female fight. We've got the beautiful Jessica Andrade taking on Yasmin Jazadavicius. I love that name, Jasmine Jazadavicius. The Canadian Jazadavicius is the favorite here by minus 330. What can you do with that? Well, you could throw it in a parlay maybe, but she's going against a former belt holder, Jessica Andrade, who people forget, man. She used to take heads off. She was a beast. But she did lose a step. Let's see Jessica Andrade take a little bit look at her. Well, RFP just wanted to say, "Give me Bukaki." Won't be the first time he said it.
It was a long weekend.
Which wrestler had a shot on Modesta? I will wait. Okay. Love Jasmine. Jazz Vicious 2-3 tomorrow. Gotta go. Oh, all right, Daz. Thank you. Good. Best of luck, man. Best of luck. Jessica Android by KO in round 2. Easy, fine, free money. Jasmine will be lost on her back feet. Won't be able to shoot. That might be a play. Let's see. I'm kind of on the train that says Jessica Andrade fell off and she's only here to collect paychecks. But I don't know. Natalia Silva, fantastic. Fight of the night, unanimous decision. She beat Marina Rodriguez, but Marina Rodriguez just lost last week, so that's not saying all that much. Mackenzie Dern, all she can do is grapple. She doesn't know how to box or anything, so of course she's going to win that. But here we go. Losing to fine group of women, though. Tatiana Suarez, Jean Agnan, Aaron Blanchfield. And then she goes back to the Frog, Lauren Murphy, Maddalena. I don't know. It's just been a lot of, I think her best days are definitely behind her. And does she have enough left to beat Jasmine Jasudavicius? JJ is on a tear recently, isn't she? I mean, I haven't lost money on her in a long time. Let's see. She lost to Tracy Cortez back in 23. Bounced back with a performance of the night. Darce choke over Priscilla Cachoeira. Fatima Klein. Ariana Lipsky de Silva. That's a good win. And most recently, she beat Marabuena Silva by unanimous decision. I got to think that Jasmine Jasudavicius, she doesn't lose in Canada. Where was this fight? I don't think this was in Canada. This was like in the States, I do believe. Let me see. Or Vegas. Grasso, Shevchenko. Yeah, it was in Vegas. I knew it. But yeah, I've been high on Jasmine Jasudavicius even before, back when she was down here, losing to Elise Reed and shit. I liked her because she was like a silver medalist for the Canadian Olympic team back in the heyday, back in her roots. That's what I really like, the female wrestling aspect of it. But she's going against Jessica Andrade. I don't know, man. I'm still leaning Jasmine, but Jessica Andrade could. Yeah, Jasmine's too durable. Jessica's not gonna knock her out. She's not gonna submit her. Yeah, I think Jasmine Jasudavicius is gonna win. But people forget, man. Andrade used to be a champ. So I don't know. What are you thinking, Lou? Or Real Fight Picks?
I first started capping like this, I believe, in 2022. I want to say that Jasmine was one of the third weeks or something like that. I specifically remember capping the Kay Hansen Jasmine Jasudavicius fight, and I want to say Kay Hansen was the favorite for that fight. And I looked up, and first thing I realized about Jasmine was that she was part of the Olympic Canadian wrestling team, and I thought, oh, well, Kay Hansen's a grappler. That's not going to go well for her. And then I chose Jasmine, and that was kind of like my first, okay, I'm going to start capping like this. But Jasmine didn't look too threatening, and maybe she's grown since 2022. We could say that. We can give her that. But she's not that dangerous. She has a couple of recent Darce chokes, and I kind of see that happening because I feel like Jessica's at the point in her career where if she's not going to lose, if the opponent's not going to beat her, she's going to beat herself. And I can kind of seeing her fall into that Darce choke. And I could see Jasmine finishing her like that because Jessica's really she doesn't have enough. But then if that Jasmine comes out that's harmless, that went against Kay Hansen, and that lost the split decision to Elise Reed, I know those were the beginning of it. I'm just saying, if she comes out like that, and Jessica catches her, like Jessica's, that standing guillotine, that standing arm choke that she did, was that to Lemos or whoever she did that to, and she got power. She's got one that if she cracks Jasmine, I feel like she's just more dangerous. If somebody's going to have a one-punch KO knockout, if one of these two fighters right here is going to have a one-punch KO knockout, it's going to be that one right there, that pretty one, who I would just love to rub my hands through her design on her hair. But I'm going to have to go with Jasmine. But, man, this card, I'm looking for an excuse. It just seems like this every fight, I'm looking for one excuse to bet the dog.
On Crystal's thing, I don't know if it was Olympic team, but I heard she was like freestyle silver medalist for the Canadian national team. That's what I heard. I don't know if it was the Olympics or if it was just the Canadian tryouts or whatever, but I heard she was a freestyle silver medalist back before she started MMA. So I'm just saying, Wikipedia's whatever. And I heard it from Cody Saftik, and this was long ass time ago when I heard it. So just saying. All right. Anyway, she is definitely the bigger girl. I'm going for it. And you're taking.
I'm gonna take Jasmine, but I mean,
Okay.
I think I'm gonna be this whole card. I'm gonna be trying to put two dogs together, and I could see me this. I can easily find an excuse to bet Jessica. Like I said, with Jasmine not looking too crazy dominant over Kay Hansen, you think she's gonna come over here and stop Jessica Andrade? I mean, you would think no, but yeah, she could with that Darce choke probably. But I'm just saying, two plus 250, Jessica could end it like that. She really could.
I know.
If anybody's not going to be worried about being in Canada, it's Jessica. She's not worried about that. I don't think that's going to. I mean, she's been on the big stage, like you said, she's been a champion, you know.
Oh man.
What happened?
I'm looking at Jessica Andrade nudes and they're just funny. Just funny. Anyway. I glanced it up there real quick. Anyway, yeah, I'm going with Jasmine Vicious. Let's move on. Next, moving up the card, we got Team Canada, Mike Malott, I think it's Malo, taking on Charles Radke, Chuck Buffalo. Mike, is it Mallet or Malo? It's Mallet. We're gonna say Mallet. 11-2-1. He used to be I don't know if he's still, but he used to be a trainer over at Alpha Team or Alpha Male back in the day. I don't think that's still. I don't think he still is. Let me see. Present, share screen. Sure. But I think he's all top team, American top team Niagara, I do believe. As of most recently, it's been where he's been training because he's in the same place as two other fighters on this card. I think Jasmine and somebody else. Yeah, let's see. Niagara top team. But see right here it says, let me get this off.
No, Team Alpha Male. I see that.
Yeah. So it says Team Alpha Male and Niagara top team. Chuck Buffalo, MMA Masters. That's with down there in Miami. It's in Miami, Florida. So that's Kobe Covington's. That's where he's out of for Chuck Buffalo. I have to go with Mike Malott because he is. I see that he's going to implement his wrestling. I think Charles Radke does have some good takedown defense. I don't have stats on these. I'm not a stats guy, but I think Mallett's wrestling is going to be better than Radke's takedown defense. Mallett's going to get the takedowns, and I first see kind of I see first round, Radke's going to come out, slam, bam. He's going to try to finish things, but I think Mallett's going to serve. Oh my goodness! Look at this guy. How was wrestling?
I didn't go.
You didn't go. Then you just decided to come on at 11 o'clock at night after we're almost all. I'm just playing with you, Dave. Huh. Anyway, good. You got your shared screen ready? You can take over this crap?
I'm not quite there yet. I just got home. Hang on.
No, take your time. Whatever. So,
what are we on here?
Mike Malott, Charles Radke, Chuck Buffalo. But I can share screen.
Did you pick Mike? Did you pick Mike Malott at least?
I'm not done. I was just breaking it down. But yeah, Mike Malott is my pick. So, but go ahead. Real fight picks. Who's your pick?
You know what? Charles Radke represents what an American is all about. Who comes in to a foreign soil and kicks the door down and puts that country under its heel and just takes charge and takes control of the stage. He's already playing mind games. He's inside of Mike Malot's head, and look at him. He's just the beautiful red, white, and blue representing Americans, And so, how could you
letting
not
it
love
fly.
that? But I got Mike Malott
Look at
by
Mike
a
Malott.
decision.
Look at him.
Yeah, I got
No
Mike
flag
Malott.
representing Canada.
He did what
Yeah.
Canadians do last time out. He was in Canada and lost to Neil Magny. He pretty much was being UFC was trying to put him on a pedestal and trying to give him some shine, and he dropped the ball, and so he reached his
sure
peak.
did.
We already saw his ceiling, but he's just a little bit better than Radke. He's gonna mix it up a little better. So Radke's not gonna know what to do with all that pressure. He's constantly gonna be coming forward, and he's gonna out point him, and he's gonna win a Canadian decision there.
Agreed. Dave, what do you think?
Oh, I'm all over my Canadian brethren for this event. Let's put it that way. Yeah, I got Mike Malott easy. Let me see if I can get some stats up for you real quick. All right, here we go.
You got him?
Let's go ahead and get
Sure,
him
why
on
not?
decision.
Give me 1 second here.
Go ahead. You can post them.
There we go.
All right, go ahead, Dave. Do your thing.
I'm trying to get there. Okay. Mike Malott's going to be the bigger guy. Has the reach advantage as well. Strike line per minute 3.85 versus 3.38. I'm going to call that a wash. Strike absorbed 3.06 versus 3.03. Once again, a wash. Where Mike Malott's going to have the advantage here. Takedown average 2.27 versus 0.59. Heavy advantage on the ground game for Mike Malott. He does, I believe he's got way more experience than this guy. Takedown accuracy, 56 versus 12. Takedown defense, 16 versus 100. But 100 against, no comments. Point being, I've got Mike Malott here. I think he's going to dominate up against the fence. He's going to dominate on the ground. He is at home. Charles Radke, do not expect a warm welcome coming into this one here. I don't think any Americans expect a warm welcome coming into Canada.
I don't know. I heard Montreal wanted to break off from Canada. Quebec. I heard that today.
So does Alberta. So does everybody else. They've been doing it for
See that? So what kind of national pride is that?
Point being, you will not see very much love for the United States in Canada for this event.
Quebec wants to be part of Michigan. They said.
Hey man, you know what? I'll be impressed if they don't boo your national
right
anthem.
over.
I'll be impressed if they don't boo the U.S. national anthem. Anyways, regardless, I think we're pretty much all on the same page here with Mike Malott.
I went to Whistler, the resort, and I didn't see one pretty girl.
Wow.
Really?
Where did you go? When? Wrong.
It was like
Where'd
24
that
years
come
ago.
from? It's May. All right, moving up the card. Unless you want to hear another real fight picks skiing at Whistler seeing no pretty girl story. We got just out of the blue. I went to Whistler, saw no pretty girls. Out of the blue. Anyway, Benoit St. Denis is taking on short notice replacement Canadian Kyle Preecaaap.
Killshot. Just call him Killshot.
Killshot was in the UFC before, but didn't do so hot in the UFC before. Dave, can you pull it up? Can you pull up his resume? Because I'm pretty sure he's winless in the UFC, right?
Wow.
Kyle. Or did he have a couple wins in the UFC? It's been a bit. It's been a while.
It has been a while. I mean, he hasn't been He lost to Austin Hubbard
He
in
has,
2019. So 2019,
he has
lost to
0
Austin
wins
Hubbard.
in the UFC. 0.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no. He has
He
0
played-
wins in the UFC, but he was in here for. He lost to Nordine Taleb and he lost to Austin Thud Hubbard. Yeah, that was it. And he went out, came back, whatever. Now he's short notice because let me tell you a little something about Benoit Saint Denis. He was supposed to fight Matus Gamrot. He's like, nah. And then he was supposed to fight Matus Rebecki. He's like, nah. They're like, okay, how about Killshot? Okay, I'll take a Kyle Propolic. Who's he beat? He beat Gustavo Wurlitzer. Oh shit! All right, sounds good. So this is kind of like a setup for Benoit Saint Denis. I don't know why they're sacrificing this poor dude, but he's there. It's his backyard. He answered the call, and now he's gonna just go out there and earn a quick paycheck, I guess, and get beat up by Benoit Saint Denis. That's my prediction. What do you think?
I think that's the most French negotiating I've ever. That's the most French negotiation term I've ever heard. You know, to duck a dangerous opponent,
Duck the
and
Matusis,
another
Gamrot, and
dangerous
Rebecca.
opponent, and then finally deciding to go to war with an 8-year-old. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, dude.
knows nobody.
Jeez Louise, boy. Talk about having no sense of shame. No shame. He's gonna go out there and destroy this lamb. This is blood. This is for the crowd. This is bloodshed for the crowd right here. This is a slap fight of the night. So give me a Benoit Saint Denis. I don't want to take too much time because it's a minus 1,115.
What is
But-
it? What is the odds, Dave, for this? What's
Odds
Tapology
are
here?
minus 1,000 to plus 600.
Oh, what can you do with that? Not a thing.
Yes, you can.
Huh? What can you do? Inside the distance? How much is that?
So Benoit Saint Denis fights his last wins: TKO, TKO, sub rear naked choke, TKO, sub rear naked choke. So this is not going the distance. Even his losses, he got knocked out in the second round and in the second round as well. So this fight's not going the distance. I mean, if you really want to go nuts, I think it's going to be a knockout, pretty easy, and you're looking at plus money. I mean, even by submission.
Mm.
So plus money.
Look
like plus
at
40,
look at the plus money on Kyle.
yeah, plus 1,200.
Whew.
Or I mean, even by
I got
decision,
5 on it. I got
Flip in.
5 on it. How much is 5 payback? Put 5 on it. What's that payback?
on what? By decision?
On plus 1,200.
By submission? Or sorry, by TKO?
Yeah, by TKO.
Oh fuck.
I got 5 on it. That might be worth a $5 bet. Just because he's a hometown guy in Canada.
$5
$60.
for you.
That's worth it. Anyway. All right. We spent way too much on
I do like the fact that Benoit Saint Denis has finished every single fight, most of which by TKO.
Let's look how they look.
No,
do you have the face ups?
hang on. Can I finish?
Sure.
Let me fucking finish. All right. So you want the money bet on this guy, Benoit Saint Denis by knockout, which is probably going to happen. You go from a minus 1,000 to a plus 140. That's a decent prop bet for Benoit Saint Denis by knockout. And you look at his record for his last all of his wins, knockout. He's got one sub, but if not knockout. So three out of 4 wins have been from knockout. I like it. I'm picking by KO, but definitely by finish.
Crystal making some good points. Benoit Saint Denis coming off 2 KO losses. Really? I know he got knocked out by Poirier. Let's see.
Yeah. No, he got knocked out by Renato Moicano, Dustin Poirier.
Yeah, Renato Moicano. All right, what threw me off is he had that grappling match where he beat Mark
He's coming off 2 losses, so they're feeding him
knockout losses. Knockout losses too. Good point, Crystal. Moicano. Yeah.
They're feeding him a win. They're feeding him a win. It's gonna be a KO win. They're feeding him a win.
Let's see what they look like, Dave.
Oh shit! All right, hang on. I got this.
Wilfloo.
I got this.
Mike
Oh
Malott.
shit! Look at me with fucking no notice. I'm still dialed in.
Mike Malott.
Oh,
Is it Malott or Mallet?
Malott.
He should be Mallet. The Mallet Malott. Look at. Oh, there's your boy. That's your Kyle. Kyle. What's going on, Kyle? And there's Benoit Saint Denis. So you got staph infection this time?
It's a crazy time.
Easy victory. That's why he's being so pompous, because his agent set him up with this short notice, easy win. Unreal. You know, why wouldn't he fight any of the Matusas, the Rambeckis, or Gamrot? Why not? Because threatened. Didn't want to. He's got to bounce back. He's got to come off. You got to get a win. Right there's his win for you. All right. Moving up. Next, we have the beautiful girls. Beautiful girls. Alexa Grasso, 16-4-1, taking on Natalia Silva, 18-5-1. I'll tell you, boys, Natalia Silva is the real deal. She's the new hot trending female fighter now. She's on an upward trajectory, and it's not upward trajectory, and it doesn't look like anybody's going to shoot it down. Alexa Grasso, if anybody, she would be the one to do it, but I don't see it happening. I think Natalia Silva is more athletic. I didn't look at the tail of the tape, but oh yeah, she's younger. She'll be faster. I think she's got more attributes on the ground. Striking, it's I don't know. Grasso is such a good striker. I think she might even, like, Alexa Grasso might have the advantage when it comes. I didn't look at stats. I'm sure Dave will go over them, but I think Alexa Grasso probably will have the better volume striking. But man, Natalia Silva, I have nothing bad to say about the girl. I can't find many flaws in her game. She took care of Jasmine Jasudavicius. Who else? Who's in that lineup of people she's beat? Let me see. I don't even have Tapology pulled up. Dave does, though.
Sure.
Natalia.
Or Matt.
Natalia Silva. Yeah.
Natalia
I want to
Silva.
check
Her last win was
look at these girls. Jessica Andrade, Vivian Araujo, Andrea Lee, Victoria Leonardo. I thought she'd be, Jasmine Jasudavicius. Didn't she go? Yeah, there it is underneath the ad. Right there it is. Yeah.
I mean, she hasn't lost since 2017
against Marina Rodriguez, right? Yeah. I'm on Natalia Silva here. I think she's the next hot female fighter. I can see her getting a flyweight belt eventually. What do you guys think of this fight?
So there's not much I can do with this fight here, man. First of all, okay, hold on. How do I say this? I don't have the option to bet this way, but I'm gonna give you what I would do if I could do it. And this is easy, boy. I would take Alexa Grasso plus 3.5. Alexa Grasso plus 3.5. Let me tell you why. I didn't really like how. I don't know why everyone is so high on this Silva tramp. I was not impressed when
Bite
she
your
fought.
tongue.
It just, I'm sorry, it really gets me upset. I'm annoyed. Yeah, she looks cute. Yeah, she has, nice volume in her hair. She looks good in a pair of Spanx. She's
Mm.
tans well, whatever. She's Brazilian.
Oh,
She probably
I gotta
smells
see her
good.
Instagram now.
You
She
know what I
looked
mean?
real
And
good in the media day, dressed
she's
up like
healthy.
a cool girl.
She doesn't look like she's like a Jillian Roberts lotto ticket type. She's the opposite. But she didn't look as good as I wanted her to look against Andrea Lee. I'll tell you that right now. I thought Natalia Silva would take care of that work. I tell you what, Alexa Grasso would probably knock the shit out of Andrea Lee. So I'm just telling you, every fight, boys, I'm looking for a reason. I'm looking for an excuse to fade this like 3-1 favorite. So you know what I would do? For real, very mid. But I would bet
There,
Alexa
Uggles, are
Grasso.
you kidding me, Crystal? Crystal's the same. Okay.
Alexa Grasso plus 3.5, guys. And
God
I'm gonna
bless
take Alexa Grasso as
God
my
Crystal.
Tapology separate from the pack pick.
You're taking Alexa Grasso? Okay. Dave?
Oh boy. Okay. Height's the same, weight's the same. Strike length per minute 4.19 versus 5.17 for Silva. Strike majority 3.69 versus 2.35. Advantage for Silva on the feet, on the ground, not much to speak of. 0.44 versus 0.40 for takedown average. Takedown defense, good takedown defense for Silva. I got to go with Silva on this one. I'm sorry, I really do. It's hang on a second. Let me read
Hey, you
this
know
up.
what you guys are gonna be surprised about is what Silva reminds me of? Silva reminds me of Sharapova Magomedov
No
with two
way.
good
She got
eyes.
both eyes.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. They're both
And she's not an
attractive.
asshole. Sheriff Magomedov knocks people out the mall for kissing. I mean, that's a horrible comparison.
Yeah, I mean, he's a sensitive boy. No, but what I'm saying is, she kicks more than she punches, and that gives me a little bit of, maybe Alexa grabs one of those kicks. You know what I mean? She was strong enough to choke Valentina, who we'll talk about a little later. But I'm just saying, like, I think those punches, Alexa Grasso's boxing can offset, Natalia Silva's kicks.
All right.
I got Silva by decision, by volume. I don't think there's going to be a finish. There's no way it's going to be a finish. So Silva by decision. If you like Silva by decision, hang on a second. Minus 150 on a girl fight. All right. That's my pick.
Sounds good. Moving on. Next, we have the legend, King of Rio, Jose Aldo, taking on the Canadian Ayman Zahabi. Ayman Zahabi is the brother to Faraz Zahabi, who was the coach he is the coach at TriStar. He was the coach of the famed George St. Pierre. But Ayman Zahabi is not his brother. I know he's been streaking lately. Look at all five of them, all green, which is pretty good. I mean, this is the top quality opponents. Some of them are okay, but nothing of that Javid Basharat. That's a good one.
Yeah,
that's a good one. Sure is. But I'm taking I'm taking the veteran experience of Jose Aldo. I think Jose Aldo's on a different level than Eamon Zahavi. Eamon Zahavi, I'm not putting shade on him. He's good. But Aldo's been there. He's done that, and he can do it again. I think he's in a different class than Eamon Zahavi. Eamon Zahavi's wishing he can become Jose Aldo. So I'm going to be surprised if Eamon Zahavi beats Jose Aldo. I think who's the favorite?
Aldo's favorite.
Aldo is as he should be. As he should be. That line is correct. So I'm going to go with Jose Aldo. I think he's just going to do what he's a smarter fighter. I think Zahavi wants to keep it on the outside, punch and get out. Punch and get out. But Jose Aldo, I think, is going to have the better pressure. He's going to come in, and despite his age disadvantage, it is too, right? 38. Oh, it's not even that bad. Eamon Zahavi's up there too. Yeah, I'm on Aldo. I think Aldo's got him every which way. Striking, cardio, everything. Go ahead.
So, God damn, I hate to do this. I really hate to do this, but somewhere something happened. Aldo's camp got in touch with the UFC brass, let them know that Aldo was not able to make the weight, that they're going to have to move this fight to a catch weight, because this motherfucker right here on the screen decided when he got older, instead of going up a weight class, he's going to go down to bantamweight, which, it's a shame we never kind of got to see Aldo, because he was like a bigger featherweight at the time, and it would have been amazing to see him go up and see how he did as a lightweight, but he's still trying to go down now. As the older he gets, he's trying to go down, and his body did not respond well. He didn't even get close to 136. So he barely would have made 145. So they're doing a catch weight of 143, which I believe that's what he came and weighed in at. And Zahabi was at 142. They look like night and day, totally different people. Aldo looked broken down on the scale. He looked broken down. Like, he did not look like the Jose Aldo. Jose Aldo looked worn. And you got to think, he comes from the UFC, and that was the end of Jose Aldo's career. He came from the WEC, which I believe was his prime, and he fought before that on the regional scene, probably all kinds of fights. And think about all the wars he had in the gym with all those other guys. And Zahabi's just the fresher guy. He's just the fresher guy. And this reminds me of, he's great. Jose Aldo is like Julio Cesar Chavez when it comes to legends. And the last guy to beat Julio Cesar Chavez was Grover Wiley. And who the fuck is Grover Wiley? Who knows? But what I do know is Father Time catches up with everyone. And I know they're similar age, but Jose Aldo is what I'm telling you is 100 years old in fight years. So this is plus money right here. This is my dog of the card.
Oh,
Give me
write you this one too.
Canadian home cooking sweatshirt to t-shirt bet. If we do bet, Eamon Zahabi.
Okay.
My
Dave?
turn?
Yeah.
Double fucking down on fucking this guy's pick. Wow. We never agree.
And when we do, it's important.
It really is. I mean, this should be fucking noted. Aldo, I love you so much. You're fucking a legend. You're done. You're done. Ever since Connor, it's been the downslide. We're finishing out our career here. Strike line per minute, 3.62 versus 4.06. You're telling me Zahabi has a higher striking ratio than Aldo? That's not good. Strike up drawer, 3.72 versus 4.06. All right. I'm going to go negative striking ratio for Aldo, even striking ratio for Zahabi. So, all right, give and take. On the ground, takedown average 0.49. We've seen Aldo on the ground. Mostly defensive. He's not going to get submitted. He's not going to get he's not going to get ground pounded. He's decent on the ground. Zahabi, same thing. Takedown defense, 9283. So this tells me this is going to be on the feet. On the feet, I'm going to go volume because these guys are both kind of going, oh, Zahabi. Fuck. I'm hometown Canadian, Aldo old. Yeah, this guy's old too. I get it. The weight thing is a big fucking difference. I don't think Aldo has a fucking chance in hell to bring a victory home tomorrow night. I'm on Zahabi all day long.
Okay. Disagreement. That's fine.
Well, no. Like, you're the only one disagreeing.
Yeah, it's a disagreement between me and you guys. That's what I'm saying. No, you're the only one. Yeah, I know. I'm disagreeing.
So where's our t-shirt bet? Like, this is a big one.
I already fucking owe you.
I know you do, but still, I could double up or go even.
Fine.
Let's go even. I'm even
Fine.
or doubling up.
Fine. Jose Aldo. Dave, t-shirt bet.
We're kind of at hoodies right now.
All right.
T-shirts and hats.
Well, I got one earlier we're going to go over. You have to still pick your prelims. Anyway, let's keep moving, and then we'll go back and get your prelims. 'Cause I don't want to go over every fight again. Okay.
Anyways,
Moving up the card. We have
100% Zahabi. Pick it. Lock it in.
No, 100% Jose Aldo. Pick it. Lock it in.
Who's our chat on?
Back the clocks.
Oh,
See.
Silky B on
We'll
fucking
see.
Zahabi.
I don't care if the whole fucking world's on Zahabi.
Crystal's
You know who's
on
not?
Zahabi?
This guy. This guy's not on Zahabi. I'm more on his brother than him. Zahabi.
Very
Pipe
fucking
dream.
Ranch chat.
Huh?
Zahabi's
Pipe
got
dream.
this easy. Aldo needs to go to fucking retirement home.
Okay.
Dude, so fucking
Let's
crippled. He's
look
so
at his-
sore.
Look at his Instagram.
Dude, he needs like fucking stem cells to fucking get up in the morning.
Whatever. He's got that Brazilian sauce. He can use the stem cells. Let me see. Jose Aldo. I just want to real quick. I just want to look at his Junior. Jose Aldo Junior. I want to see if he's got any media day, any training. Okay, what's this? April 28th. He shows him just posing in t-shirts, not training. I don't know. This might be a losing fight. I'm looking for something. Come on, Jose Aldo. Give me some. What is this? Please tell me it's within this 6 weeks ago. Okay, I see him. It's looking good. 6 weeks ago, I see a little bit of. Oh, it's to System of the Down too. I wish I could play the audio for you boys, but yeah, I see him in this 6 weeks ago. I see him in there, nailing some pads. I like it. Good enough for me. Fading aim and Zahabi. Fading them. You guys, you'll see. Anyway. So anyway, yeah, Jose Aldo. Get all those shoes. That's old, man. All those shoes have been around before Jose Aldo was. Needs money. Okay, so moving up the card. Now we have the UFC Women's Flyweight Championship between defending champ Valentina Shevchenko taking on the French up-and-comer Manon Ferrero. The French kickboxer is 12-1, coming in as a, surprisingly to me, favorite over Valentina Shevchenko. Take that plus money, baby. Valentina, I am high on Valentina here. I think she's got way more avenues to victory. She might get outstruck, but she'll take it to the ground. I know Manafro's got decent takedown defense, but decent is not good enough against Valentina Shevchenko. I was gonna wear my Roxanne Modafferi T-shirt today that Dave got me, but I couldn't dig. I didn't want to dig it out. It's not even a legit Roxanne Modafferi shirt. But anyway, Valentina Shevchenko is my pick because she has more a mixed martial arts balanced. How am I supposed to say that? I'm starting to get tired. Can't think of the right words, but she got a well balanced style where she can incorporate takedowns, grappling, submissions. I hope she gets her in a crucifix and just finishes her in a crucifix, just pounding her, something like that, something crazy. So Manon Farrell is gonna, yeah. It's not gonna be like against Erin Blanchfield because Valentina is better than Erin Blanchfield. Erin Blanchfield couldn't offer the stand-up that Valentina can. And that's why I think Valentina's plus money, and that's why she's going to be my plus money play. Underdog pick. Valentina Shevchenko. Confident, too. What do you guys think of this one?
Man, I know that I hit our group chat, and I told you this is one of the dogs. Before Zahabi, I think Zahabi's like he's the most I'm expecting from. Like I'm gonna pick him with somebody else. Like I might put him in Bilal. I think I might put him in Bilal since he's such a heavy favorite. Plus 170, plus 180, plus 160. I think I'm gonna put him with Bilal. But Shevchenko was up there as one of my confident dog picks, but I mean, I swear I was going back and forth, bro, because I feel like, okay, here's one thing that was going off in my mind was that Fiorot barely handled Rose Namajunas. As far as significant strikes goes in that fight, Fiorot, I think, got less. I want to say Rose got 60, Fiorot got 58. Either way, it was very close, and Rose is the strawweight queen, She's the strawweight queen. And Rose destroyed Joanna, and Valentina didn't really destroy Joanna. So I guess I'm contradicting myself a little bit, but there's certain things that were said about Shevchenko, that Veronica Hardy said that I can't get out of my mind, and that I actually seen it play out when she fought Alexa Grasso. And she says that when she kind of runs out of answers or she's not able to land how she wants, she gets into these set, almost like katas, like these set combinations where she starts spinning and shit. And I know you guys know what I'm talking about. And I think Fiorot can win this on volume. I don't think Shevchenko can take down Fiorot. I think she's too tall. I do think Shevchenko came in ready. She's came in at 124 pounds. She looks better than she ever has been. But I think it's time to put respect on Fiorot's name. This fight, I'm surprised it's happening now. I felt like maybe it should have happened somewhere before. I think they always brought out Fiorot a little bit slowly. And the fact that Fiorot kind of dominated Rose, kind of not. That's still, even though Rose is 115, that was still an impressive win. We won money on that. So give me Fiorot, man. I was on Shevchenko. I'm sorry if I misled you or if you influenced you, Ranj. But
No.
give me Fiorot with the volume for sure. That's what sticks out the most. I'm actually gonna probably use it in a parlay, Fiorot. I feel more comfortable with her. Crystal's really dissecting me, man. He really sucks the fun out of breaking these fights down.
He calls you out on your bullshit. That's why. Me too. He calls me out too.
Crystal's my homie. I'm glad Crystal and I agree on most shit. Okay. Point being, yeah, Rose sucks, and I think she probably won that fight. Look at the face-offs here. Valentina, my baby, my girl,
Too low volume.
I'm gonna represent here. I think Valentina is a fucking ninja murderer killer assassin. Yes, she's had a few fucking rough little fights and lost a little bit. But she's still the face and the legend of this weight class. Strike land per minute, 3.16 versus 6.26. Okay, so she might be busier on the feet. Manon, I get it. Valentina's gonna have a defense for that. Strike absorbed 2.00 versus 3.77. Both of which on positive striking ratios, I like it. On the ground, Valentina 2.74 versus 1.17. This is Valentina on the ground versus the top level compared to Manon on like medium level. So the ground game is going to be intensely favored for Valentina all day long. Takedown accuracy 64 versus 43. Takedown defense 71 versus 93. I still see Valentina taking this girl down, dominating her. She is so smart. She is so experienced. She is at the don't fade her out. She's at the top level, and she will do what it takes to win. If this means take Manon down and dominate her for 3 rounds and just come out with a decision win, Valentina will do this. I'm heavy on Valentina all day long. I think she's going to dominate. I think she's going to take her down in the first round and just ground and pound her. I hope Manon's got some cardio because she's going to get the crap beat out of her for 3 rounds straight on the ground, beat up. I think the volume is going to be better. Sorry. The accuracy is going to be better on Valentina than Manon. I see this going Valentina all day long, especially if you go to the odds. Man, this is plus money all day. I mean, Valentina is the legend. She's in the fucking Hall of Fame, guaranteed. She is probably KGB fucking.
That's not right. She's upper echelon spy KGB.
Yeah, exactly. Like could be a fucking ninja killer assassin if she wanted to be.
Did you see that UFC? It's not embedded, but whatever. It did pretty much the embedded. It was her birthday. She made a machete for her birthday. She got a knife. She's like that.
She's a killer. She will never date a man that can fucking be able to handle her. She's still single. By all means, guys in the chat, go after Valentina. She's looking for a guy. Maybe you can fucking handle her. But plus 110 money line? Fuck. All day long on Valentina, the legend. Shevchenko.
Is this true? Crystal's saying she doubling up her strikes for always Manfera.
Double strikes?
That's what she said. Look, Manana's 2 times the volume.
Regardless, doesn't matter.
Regardless, I mean the wrestling.
This is not going to be on the feet. This is going to be on the ground. This is going to be a ground and pound, fucking domination of BJJ and Valentina's. I mean, oh, damn it. There's nothing that Fiorello that Manon can bring to this fight that is going to take down Valentina. No way in hell. I'm sorry.
All right. Moving on to the main event.
Fucking hate you, Crystal.
Next, we have the champ, Belal Muhammad, taking on the opponent, Jack Della Maddalena. Jack Della Maddalena, maybe was the best boxer in the welterweight division, I've heard. But he's taking on Belal Muhammad, who happens to be one of the pressure wrestlers, even though he said he's not going to use wrestling in this fight, which is a lie. And even Jack Della Maddalena knows it's a lie. That Belal's like, oh, I'm going to keep it on the feet and I'm going to knock him out, or said something like that. Stupid, but that's bullshit. If he stays on the feet, Jack Della Maddalena is going to win. So Belal Muhammad's too smart to keep it on the feet. Is going to go down to the ground. He's going to edge out, 5, yeah, decision's going to go all 5 rounds. But I think Jack Della Maddalena might win a round or two. So if I bet on this, I am going to take Jack Della at plus 3.5 rounds. But my pick on Tapology will be Bilal by decision. However, on DraftKings, plus 3 or plus 5.5. That's right, 5.5. Full show. Yeah, this is the big boy. Yep. Plus 5.5 is minus 165 for Jack Della Maddalena. Good enough for me. But yeah, what do you guys think on this fight?
Like, I thought, I feel like the UFC has something against ESPN. I feel like they're doing ESPN how they do all their fighters on the way out, and they're just like they're the type of company, like if you like chocolate ice cream and they're eating chocolate ice cream and they have like almost all of it left, but they just don't want it anymore, they'd rather throw it away than share it with you. So basically they're not in they're at the end of the contract, and now they're putting together the shittiest pay-per-view they can think of just to spite ESPN. And they put fucking Jack Della Maddalena, whose dick. Okay, you know what? I won't even put it. I won't be disrespectful. How did this man get this fight?
Thank you.
You know what I mean? Are you telling me Ian Gary taking on all these people short notice? They couldn't figure out how to schedule Ian Gary
He's
in
the
this
backup.
situation.
If one of these guys fell out, he was the backup.
Yeah, but I mean, good grief! All the cuckold talk. Who knows Jack Della Maddalena? Like, how did this even happen? Like, but you know what? I figured it out, and I just told you guys. They're giving ESPN the fucking finger. But, this is too easy. I mean, Jack Della's coming in looking great, and he could look as good as he wants. He can have a 14-pack.
That's why
he can have the coolest.
Crystal's answer your question. How'd he get there? He's replacement for Shavkat Rakhmonov. That's how.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like that division's like, it just could have been anybody else, because this guy, he's on a 5-fight win streak. One of those is a robbery gift because they didn't want to embarrass him when Basil Hafez beat JDM. And there's twice where I've had Jack Della Maddalena where I just expected so much more. And yeah, he looks, fine. He looks good. But
he looks kind of nervous right there, standing waiting for Bilal.
Yeah, because there's no way to stop the wave of Bilal Muhammad that's coming. Now, the only thing I will say is Bilal Muhammad is 36 years old. He's kind of on the age of any fuck. Even if he was a heavyweight, he's kind of on the edge of being too old to fight in general at the top level. So I will say that, but I feel there's such a discrepancy in the wrestling with this fight,
and just that cranium too,
not gonna matter. There's such a discrepancy in the wrestling that the age gap will not matter. So, give me remember the decision, Bilal Muhammad. Remember the decision.
Flanks with his face. Look at Dave put his Valentina shirt on too. You want to go put my Roxanne Modafferi shirt on?
Yes. Go, bitch. Go.
No, I'm not going to waste my time with this stupid shirt. All right, go ahead. Look at John's face.
I mean, I really hate to agree with fucking Lupe, but I think Real Fight Picks has this right. I don't see this going any other way. I think this is a Lantro slaughterhouse. I don't want to really be bad, but man, I don't think Jack Maddalena has a chance in hell. I think plus 188 on the money line for Bilal, who's going to dominate every fucking single round if he wants to. Yeah, Bilal by decision, just dominate. He's not going to put himself in any place where he's going to be in danger. He's a smart fighter. He is at the top of echelon. He's not going to get knocked out. He's not going to get dominated on the ground. He's not. I really do not see this going any other way than Bilal.
Right. So we're all on Bilal. Remember the lame.
But like
Okay.
easy, but like comfortably, like
Yeah.
really comfortably.
Now, Dave, because you were so late, you have to refill your prelim
Oh shit!
picks real quick so we can come up with a nice 3-legger for these good folks in the chat. So we're going to start real quick from the beginning of the card, and don't spend too much time on it. All right.
None.
Ekatona Bekzat Almakan.
Brad.
Okay, agreed. But Real Fight Picks is going with Bekzat, just so
That's
you
a
know.
bad call.
Daniel Santos or Zhang Yang Li.
Santos.
Okay, you know he's short notice
Yep.
and a lot smaller.
Yep.
Okay, good for you. Marc-Andre Barrio and Bruno Silva.
MAB Canadian all day long.
Okay. I'm with you. I agree too. Bruno Silva's got some ring anxiety, cage anxiety. Navajo Sterling or Ivan Urslan.
I'm going to give the advantage to Sterling on this one. I'm not confident, but I think. All right, yeah, I'll give it to Sterling until he
Me
loses.
too.
Sterling.
Real Fight Picks is on Urslan. Okay,
Yeah.
Modestus Bukaki.
He's lost me money so many times. I'm not impressed with him. I'm going to go with the new kid. Plus, like, he's kind of an albino. I like the albino.
Yeah, he has got that weird white streak in him. Modestus Bukaki or Jan Kutalaba.
Fucking hate Jan Kulaba, Modestus.
You got to say, I want Bukaki. Just
Give me the Bukaki. I want the
That's what Real
Bukaki.
Fight Pick said. Give me the
I want the
Bukaki.
Bukaki all
I'm
over.
on Jan Kutalaba, and I have a T-shirt bet with Real Fight Picks on that fight. I'm taking Kutalaba. Okay, Jessica Andrade or Jasmine Jazadavicius.
Jazzy J.
Of course, we're all on her. By the way,
Mike
even
Malott.
though she might have not won a silver medal in freestyle wrestling back in 2000 and whatever, but anyway, doesn't matter. She's still going to win tomorrow.
Yep.
Then we're caught up with the
Mike
feature
Malott.
by the prelim and all the way up the main card.
Yeah.
And so in agreement, who do we have in agreement? We've got nobody in the prelims. We didn't agree on somebody except for Jasmine Jazadavicius. All the other fights, somebody's different. Until we get to Mike Malott. So we got Mike Malott, Benoit Saint Denis, and that's it.
Minus 1,000.
What?
Oh man, really?
That's it. So
That's crazy.
well, we have Bilal Muhammad, but we don't put in the main event, remember? So we got to figure out something. And we don't put in girls.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm okay with Bilal in the main event.
All right. There we go. So Bilal, Benoit Saint Denis, which is no, we're not using that one. We can't. I'd rather use Jasmine Jazadavicius before that one.
Oh goodness.
Because he's too, what is he, minus 1,300 or something?
Bilal.
Mike Malott, Bilal, and Jasmine. It's got to be. That's it.
Plus 205.
That's it. So let me
Oh my god. There's so many better picks than this.
we don't agree.
Well, but
Like Ayman Zahabi, that would be kind of cool.
you guys are recharged. Listen to Dave.
Okay, Mike Malott.
Would we rather have Brad Katona or Ayman Zahabi?
It's a hobby all day long.
No, he's not winning. But Zahabi's not winning. I don't care what you guys think. Jose Aldo all day.
Nope.
Let's see. What are we doing? Bilal, Jasmine, and Mike Malott. So those three together plus 208. Okay. View my bets. Yeah, I can't believe we don't agree on anything this thing. We had to use women and the main event. Unreal, you guys. Unreal.
I mean, what a world it would be if we were all on Ayman Zahabi.
You know what a world it would be, but I'm not stupid, so so that's not happening. Okay, 3-pick or plus money junkie parlay. Okay. It's not a big plus money, but it is. It's double your money. It's good enough. And here we are. Plus money junkie parlay. We got Mike Malott, Bilal, and Jasmine for plus 208. That's the only fights we agree upon, aside from Benoit Saint Denis, but he's ridiculously chalky. And everything else we disagree. I even got a t-shirt bet with Dave on Aldo versus Hobby, and I got a t-shirt bet with Real Fight Picks on Bukaki versus Kudalaba. So, perfect. All right, guys. Still, we made the time. Thankfully, I sobered up enough to be able to talk clear enough to do this show, drink coffee. All right. You guys want to make any other niche bets? I want to do a roll back the clock bet with all the old fighters that I think, well, you guys, he was a hobby. So I'm going to take Jose Aldo, Valentina, and who else is rolling back the clock? Who else is old? That's it. That's it. I thought there was another guy that's Marc-Andre Barrio and Bruno Silva, both old. Yeah, I don't know.
Jose Aldo?
I said that. Jose Aldo, Valentina. I guess Bilal could fit in there, right?
Marc-Andre Barrio is pretty old.
Yeah, but I think his opponent is too. What's his name there?
Brad Katona.
They're both 35.
Yeah, I'm not going to worry about it. Mike Malott, whatever. Anyway, all right, guys. Best of luck tomorrow. I am running ragged. I'm kind of tired. I had a long day. Jasmine is old. What is she? She's like 35, isn't she? Anyway, by a few years, she's older. All right. You guys all good? Except for
Yeah.
All right. Well, best of luck. Good. And I guess I'll see you guys next week or tomorrow. You know, you can hang out and chat, or we have our chat, so you can reach out to me. All right, guys. Later. Good night.
Peace.
Homies.
All right.